Howard gets it in, but it's knocked away by Lexie Hull. Hull with the steal. And the Indiana Fever, beset by major injuries all year long, are on the doorstep of making the semifinals.
Hey, Hoops fam, strap in, because what the Indiana Fever just did? Pure fire. Rising from what looked like defeat, poor health, doubts everywhere, and still writing one of the playoff stories of the year. They weren't supposed to make it to the semifinals. Many had them written off. With Caitlin Clark out and other key players injured, the odds were stacked. But last night, they took Game 3 versus the Atlanta Dream, 87-85. And they've done something they haven't done in a decade. Clinch a playoff series and make it past the first round since 2015.
We've just been through so much this season, giving ourselves another chance in Game 3. Emotions are high.
This is a group that's confidence has really never wavered. This group has continued to show their heart, their character, night in and night out.
I think we all piggyback off each other within our group and our organization.
We've been in every kind of situation you can imagine, and we've been able to find ways to put ourselves in position to win, and this will be no different.
Somebody has to lose and somebody has to win.
Listen, this was more than just basketball. This was about grit, belief, toughness. Indiana showed up. Big moments from Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, Lexie Hull, Natasha Howard. People stepping up when it counts most.
You talked about the desperation before Game 2 on Tuesday. Just how does that carry over into tonight?
Well, I think anytime that you're a win-or-go-home situation, there's desperation. And so it has to carry over. You know, we're in the same situation. Our back is against the wall. We got to come out and we've got to play with that sense of urgency. We've got to play with that hunger. We've got to value every single possession and every single opportunity.
Game 3, win or go home. You can feel it. The kind of pressure where every possession counts, every mistake magnified. And done on the road, against a healthy Dream squad? That's the definition of adversity. Everybody's watching. Every misstep remembered. But Indiana, they used it as fuel.
Now, this one on Lexie Hull got me riled up because this was early on in the game, and this was probably the best defense that Lexie could have played. If you watch this play here, Ryan Howard is going down, Lexie Hull's guarding her, Ryan goes behind her back, Lexie doesn't touch her because she's backpedaling the whole time, she has her hands straight up. Like, this is really good defense that Lexie played here.
Let's talk about the bodies missing. Caitlin Clark sidelined with a groin injury, Sophie Cunningham out, Sydney Colson gone, Chloe Beebe injured, Ari McDonald out, Dyrus Dantas unavailable. That's huge, not just stats lost, but leadership, chemistry, that intangible we know how to win experience.
Indiana Fever are heading to the semifinals.
Driving to the foul line and the paint, lays it in. Sims crossover left to right, gets into the paint, layup, good.
Inside, Boston.
It changes rotations, it changes roles. But sometimes, when the back is against the wall, people stop thinking and start playing. And Indiana embraced that. Lexie Hull's steal in Game 3? That's the moment people will replay. With seconds ticking down, the weight of expectation, the crowd roaring, she snatches the ball. Clamps down on defense. Changes the narrative in real time. It's not just about offense, it's about defense, about anticipation, about intelligence under pressure.
To Jones, throws it up.
No good! Game over! And the Fever are moving on!
That was a heartbreaker for the Dream and a defining moment for Fever. Kelsey Mitchell showed why she's a go-to scorer even when teams try to double front her. She poured in huge numbers. But what's more impressive is the kind of shots she took down the stretch, the poise. That burst of offense where it counts.
Just picked up her second foul, so Hillman and Gray each with 2. Mitchell over the Boston screen.
And that was tough, her hands. But going back to that ball screen here, little movement in the first part of that screen by Aaliyah Boston.
Mitchell, man,
she is so good.
Then Boston in the paint. Rebounds, physicality, cleaning up messes, scoring through contact. Paint presence matters. And Boston made it matter when Indiana needed it. The fans, the noise, the momentum.
Attacking from the outside and now the inside. And Mitchell's been quiet for a while. Not anymore. Mitchell over to Boston. Again, the shot clock winding down. Mitchell, tough shot off the bounce to get around Jones.
2 steps behind the three-point line and the dribble handoff for...
You could feel it in the building. Every rebound, every foul, every loose ball. The crowd leaned in. Fans were vocal. Social media lit up. Searches trending. People talking fever comeback. Lexie Hull game-winning steal. Indiana playoffs upset. The energy could be felt even through TV screens.
This is just 4 of 16 from the floor in game 2. That's terrific. Paul into Boston.
Beautiful for Atlanta has not been good. 40%. Maybe a little higher than that, 45.
Indiana electing not to call a timeout. Boston almost gave it away. Into Boston for the lead. She hits it. Indiana goes up.
Boston gets it. Mitchell is denied, but then Jordan Canada falls. Bree Jones almost gets it, but that's a second defender that's gone down, and Bree Jones.
You know this had its share of frustration. Phantom whistles earlier in the series. Technicals. Momentum swings caused by calls. It wasn't clean. It wasn't perfect. But adversity breeds growth.
That Aaliyah Boston has to really body up with Bree Jones in that situation.
Tasha Howard slashing in. Sims got around the Ryan Howard reach to find Natasha Howard.
The court, Odyssey Sims has 7 points, 3 assists. She's looking to attack.
The Fever looked like a team that had internalized the pain, the miseries. They didn't complain. They played through it. Think about 2015. That was different era, different roster, different league expectations. That drought since then?
A complete skill set in all that she can do.
It's the first miss for Atlanta as Howard could not get it to go. Odyssey Sims, this is what head coach Stephanie White wants from Odyssey. Ray with 10 points so far. Sims dribbled right into trouble and was able to score and get fouled. Another one of the signees because of injuries in the game. As we approach a minute to go, Aerial Powers in.
The bench.
All the injured players to not just cheerlead, but also to give advice to all the newbies. Big block by Powers.
Good help side by Aerial Powers.
It bites. For players, for fans, for the franchise identity. This win resets something, not just in the record book, but in how people think about the Fever. This isn't a small win. This could be the start of something. A reawakening.
A high ball screen has worked for Kelsey Mitchell, but that time she gives it up to Hull. And how about that shot by Lexie Hull?
Now the semifinals await. Likely a battle against Vegas Aces, roster riddled with star power, experience. The challenge, sustaining momentum, health, composure. Indiana can't rely on luck. They've got to enforce respect. If they can keep this belief, this identity, this toughness, they've already shown enough to be dangerous. I'll say this. This wasn't just a one-game spark. This might be the moment the Fever announced they're not here just to compete. They're here to change expectations, rebuild perception. So to the fans, how proud are you? To the players, respect earned last night. To the league, pay attention. If this video gives you chills like it gave me, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't yet. Ring the bell so you see what happens in the semis, and drop your reaction in the comments.
Indiana Fever are heading to the semifinals of the WNBA for the first time in 10 years. Kelsey Mitchell said, all that we've got, and we have all that we need. Cobbling together this roster, and here they are, about to be in the Final Four.
What you thought was impossible is possible. A team that has been devastated by injury, rallying on the road. One more time.
What was your favorite moment from Game 3? Who do you think will step up next? Who's been most underrated? Because if you believe in this team, this is their moment. Let's ride with them.